Welcome to the Biz Life Podcast. I'm Donnie Bedore, your host, and we are here to talk about the business life, not the busy life. So today is going to be a treat for you. I have no other than Greg Graham.
Yes.
Man. So
thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on the show.
You bet.
Yeah. So for those that don't know you, right, let's dive into that.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Sure.
What do you do?
Sure. Yeah. I lifelong Fort Worth resident.
Cool.
My dad owned an auto repair shop.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you were asking me about.
That's why I was asking you questions.
Okay.
Yes. He owned a repair shop for 50 years.
Wow. Okay.
And it was independent auto repair, and I grew up in that, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but I found out my brothers had the knack for repairing vehicles.
Okay.
And I had the knack for sales. So
Oh, all right. There you go.
I didn't stay in it very long, but I loved it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Great.
And that was here in Fort Worth?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And wife, kids?
Yes. Married in June will be 39 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, a long time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And we have 3 children. Our oldest son is in Dallas, Dustin, and then our daughter Denise is in Godley. She's a first grade school teacher.
Okay. That's where I live.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay.
And Dustin works with like the Department of Defense. I don't know exactly what he does.
Okay.
He,
a little top secret.
He don't tell me that stuff. Yeah. And my youngest son, he's a master electrician.
Yes.
So we've been really blessed, and we have we got 6 grandchildren. So
Nice. Okay.
busy house, at the holidays. So it's fun.
Yeah, for sure. Excellent. Well, and as far as line of work, right? What do you do? And we'll go into that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I started out, backing up a little bit, I started out in the auto industry.
Yes.
I had 6 of my 8 ASE certifications.
Okay.
And I just really didn't, I love working on my cars, but I didn't like working on other people's cars.
I totally get it, right?
So I said, okay, I got to find something else.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, I saw a football coach that owned an insurance agency, and he was always helping coach and always around there. And I thought, man, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
He just plays around and has fun with us and doesn't have to do any work.
Yeah.
Little did I find out that his wife ran the business.
Oh, okay.
And ended up marrying their daughter a few years later. And my mother-in-law taught me nearly everything about the insurance business. Just amazing.
Yeah.
And recently passed away, which we missed that. I really hate that. I did an interview with her before she retired.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting to see on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
But that's what kind of got me in the business for insurance. Mm-hmm. And we have, we're fixing to have 8. We have 7 now, but we're hiring another lady. We'll have 8 people in the office.
Nice. Okay.
And 6 of the 8 are family.
Okay.
So that means that we are a family business.
Interesting. Yeah.
Holidays, we try to all get away from each other.
Right?
Right?
That's funny. That was on, I think, my first episode. Taylor had asked me, he's like, all right, what is difficult for you in business? And I said, well, for me, it's family. Right? It's great that you're working with them, but then, holidays or whatever, you're like, hey, would you just reprimanded you at this.
Right.
Would you mind passing me the rolls?
Yeah, right. It's hard. It's hard. It really is.
It's a balance.
But it's I got such a great crew, and everybody kind of understands where they are. We have everybody in our office. The way we set it up is all of our employees, we consider them stakeholders.
Oh, okay.
So they may not be a shareholder, but they're a stakeholder. So if everybody's not rowing this boat together, we may not be going the right direction.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps us all, and everybody gives input of what changes need to be made, and it really helps us a lot.
Nice. Yeah. It's a good way of structuring it for sure.
Yeah. We opened the agency. We opened our agency, my wife and I, in 91.
Okay.
And actually started in 92. We opened it in 91, but actually hit the ground running in 92.
Yeah.
And then bought my mother-in-law's agency out in 95.
Gotcha.
So had it going for a pretty good little while.
Yeah, for sure. Well, excellent. What line of insurance? Is there a particular line? You can pretty much do everything. What do you specialize in, I guess I would say?
That's a good question. Yeah. Insurance is kind of crazy.
Yes.
It's kind of like car dealerships. You can have a franchise, State Farm, Farmers, or Allstate, or you can be an independent like we are.
Gotcha.
And when you get to an independent, we're not part of a group or anything like that. So we're totally independent.
Yeah.
And we have to get contracts with the company direct to write your insurance.
Yeah.
We're probably 60% business insurance.
Okay.
And about 40% personal lines, auto and home.
Yeah.
So we love to work with businesses more than anything, or I do. That's probably my focus.
Right.
I like that. I guess growing up in it makes it fun to see people, what they've come up with, what they're doing, how they structure it. Those are fun things too. So, but yeah, we're about 60%. And I say small business, 250,000 less premium, but basically, those are about the accounts we like to write.
Nice. Well, for those that are watching and listening, this episode, we're going to dive in. We have Greg Graham here. And, in my opinion, he's a black belt in insurance. So, we're going to try to, ask him some questions, some tips and tricks and stuff that you've seen, throughout your time and really benefit the small business owner that's watching.
Absolutely.
All right. And that's really what this show, this podcast is dedicated to, is the small business owner, the entrepreneur, those people that want to start a business, maybe those people that are in business, right? And eventually will own the business one day, and just to educate and grow and inspire them. So thank you again for being on the show.
Absolutely.
And for those that are watching, please like, share, subscribe out, and or subscribe and share out, something like that.
Something pretty close.
Yeah, but anyway, here's some of our sponsors right now of the show. So we'll see you back here in just a second.
Ready to boost your business's impact? Fully Promoted Fort Worth is your one-stop destination for branding needs, specializing in branded apparel and promotional products. They help attract, retain, and engage customers. From custom uniforms to eye-catching items, Fully Promoted Fort Worth has you covered. Contact them today to unlock your brand's potential. 817-803-4404. Fully Promoted, your success, their passion.
Looking to elevate your office meetings, client gifting, or corporate parties? Check out Gray's Craze, your one-stop destination for delightful catering options. Imagine impressing your colleagues and clients with our large charcuterie board, carefully curated with the finest artisanal cheeses, premium meats, and an array of accompaniments. And when it comes to client gifting, nothing says thank you quite like a luxurious selection of gourmet treats designed to meet your every need. Gray's Craze, catering that leaves a lasting impression.
It's time to update your kitchen just for you. What colors and styles do you like? What features and functions do you want? What can you live with and what can you not live without? No matter which service you choose, Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Schedule a free consultation and let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Overwhelmed by the thought of remodeling your bathroom? Tired of juggling between stores and contractors to find all the pieces for your dream bathroom? Say hello to Bath Tune-Up, where we make your bathroom remodel experience enjoyable and simple. We are your one-stop shop for everything you need: tile, flooring, vanities, walk-in showers, tubs, finishes, and more. Our team is committed to bringing your dream bathroom to life, from the first call to the final walkthrough. With Bath Tune-Up, experience a transformation of your bathroom hassle-free. Bath Tune-Up, dream, design, done. Call Mike Doherty today.
All right. Hey, welcome back to the Biz Life. And so we're talking with Greg Graham about insurance. And I know for some people may say, well, insurance, I'm going to go ahead and not watch this because it's boring, right? But I think there's a lot of tips and tricks and things that people could really know and glean from your knowledge of being in the insurance company. So I'd like to dive into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some tips that you could give, like the small business owner that's just starting out, right? I mean, how do you select the insurance you need?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We start out with, we kind of look at things a little different.
Okay.
We sit down with the client. We go, okay, hey, let me ask you these things. What are the things that keep you up at night?
Okay.
What do you worry about? Well, I worry about that key employee if I hire somebody, or I worry about what if I have a loss and can't continue to operate the business?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a business income loss. So I sit down and figure out what is really your concerns, because we can all buy insurance anywhere.
Gotcha.
But if you can't get the value of buying what you're worried about, you really didn't buy what you thought you needed. So we sit down and visit about that. I'm fortunate enough that I have my certified insurance counselor's license, and I also have a risk management license.
Okay.
So I've got both of those behind me to kind of help guide clients to think about what are you worried about.
Right.
For the new business owner, make sure that if you Texas, we write in 5 different states, so Texas is unique.
Yeah.
Okay. In Texas,
what makes it unique?
Well, years ago, we used to write our own home policy, our own auto policy, everything.
Okay.
Well, now we don't. We're all part of the ISO program, Insurance Service Office, where they all are pretty much in line with every state.
Okay.
However, the one caveat is workers' compensation. In Texas, everyone knows or has heard you don't have to carry workers' comp.
Right.
The misconception for the new business owner is you have to notify them you don't carry workers' comp.
Okay.
If there's a claim and an attorney or a loved one calls the Texas Department of Workers' Compensation and finds out that you did not opt out, then you're now the insurance company. And you're going to indemnify that person that was injured or hurt.
Gotcha.
So it's more of a formality.
Yeah.
But they just need to make sure that, and I understand workers' comp, the rates have gone down a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because people have better working environments, all kind of stuff like that.
Right.
But the biggest issue is if they're new in the business, they just need to make sure they opt out on that workers' comp.
Okay.
That's real important.
If they just elect to.
If they elect to.
Yeah.
If not, they can purchase it.
Right.
And you don't have to opt out until you hire your first employee.
Gotcha.
Another thing small business owners do, which is kind of unique, and it's a gray area, and I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
But if you own a company and you are using it in your business, used to, if you said, okay, I'm just going to stick a sign on my truck and I'm just going to go make sales calls. The insurance company would say, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
But as you see today, every commercial auto is being sued by some attorney.
Right.
So every time there's a claim, there's a hammer or a wolf or a dog or somebody after you, right?
Yeah, true story.
So if you put a sign on your car, even if you're just making sales calls, make sure you go to your personal auto and let them know it is also used for business.
Okay.
Because you can add it there and it's a little cheaper.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But if you put a ladder, we got to write a true commercial auto.
Yeah. Yeah. Or wrap the car.
Or wrap the car. That's another one. Yeah.
We had a franchise owner of Gray's Craze. They had wrapped their personal car.
Right.
Got in a wreck. And they were like, hey, you're using this for commercial. And they didn't cover it.
Yeah. That's the bad part is they have the option to one, deny it, or two, they can pay it and go back and charge the premium the entire time. But
all right.
Typically you see the denial.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Excellent. Well, what are some things that you have seen that would benefit the small business owner, right? I know years of experience you've had to see, okay, well, let me back up. The thing that I like to say, and I've grown up or had my kids grow up in this, is that life is too short to make all the mistakes yourself. Learn from others.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Learn from others.
Right.
And I think there's wisdom in pulling knowledge from other people, right? And so for you, in the years that you've had your insurance agency, you have had to see some oh no moments, right?
Yeah. Right.
Could you pull some out that you have seen that you could leave the names, you know, off the list or whatever?
Well, one oh no, and it was a difficult situation, but the client was a studio, a hot yoga studio.
Okay.
And they wanted to insure just the basic stuff. They wanted just liability for slips, trips, and falls for people that come in.
Yep.
And they wanted a little bit of their contents.
Okay. Yeah.
But I said, we probably need to insure your betterments and improvements.
What does that mean?
That's going to be the lighting that you have in your studio, the things you put on the wall. Those are the things we need to insure.
What about the AC units?
It depends on the lease.
Okay.
Some of the leases require that it's your responsibility and some don't.
Right. I didn't know if insurance would cover any of that.
It can.
Okay.
But typically it doesn't because it's not part of your lease. But sometimes it does.
Yeah. Okay. So yoga studio.
Yoga studio, yeah. And they only wanted the basic property, basic liability. And then they came back and said, what if, and sure enough, what if they had a fire?
Oh, wow.
And all their stuff they had installed in that building was damaged. And there's no coverage for that because that was added to the structure. It was a betterment improvement to their location.
Okay.
It wasn't part of their contents. When you think of business personal property or even contents on your homeowners, you have to think of it as if you turn this upside down, whatever falls out is property.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Or contents, right?
Yeah.
But because they mounted it on the wall, it was now part of the building.
Okay.
So, and a lot of landlords will tell you, if you mount this on the building, you lose it. It's ours when you leave.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So that's the betterments and improvements is really important to think about when you do that.
Yeah.
So if you lease a building, make sure you talk to your agent about that.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that your investment is insured.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I never even thought of that. I was thinking like the yoga studio, right? General liability.
Yeah.
It's going to satisfy the landlord.
Right.
Right. And then maybe some of your contents.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else is there? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that was one that was kind of unique because we had the conversation, but not thinking it would really happen.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, insurance isn't for what will happen. It's what might happen.
Or when. Yeah.
Or when it happens. Yeah. Yeah. You know, what's funny is like it's sort of off the topic, but not, but in martial arts, right? I tell people, hey, self-defense in martial arts is like insurance. You hope you never have to use it.
Yes.
But if you ever need it, you're going to be very thankful you have it.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And, And I don't know, for some, they may think, well, we've over-insured our lives way too much. There's insurance for everything.
I've heard that a lot. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I even heard the other day that, what was it? It was something about AI or fraud or something like that, where you can get insurance, on stuff like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can just about buy anything for insurance, and it does. Yeah. It gets overloaded.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, sure.
That is a conversation I have with a lot of young business owners, is the fact of, what do you really need?
Right.
And we can grow this as you grow. So
yeah, true story, right?
There's a lot of things you can do to not have to buy everything at one time.
Yeah. And I know that's tough for a small business owner, right? Because there's so much that you're going to have to invest into, and
you're taking on so much.
Yeah.
Department of Labor, taxes, it's unreal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, interesting. Okay. Well, let's go into a little bit more personal on you, right? What are some hobbies and things that you like to do? What is something about you, right? Yeah.
Wow.
What do you do with your free time?
I like to play golf.
Okay.
I don't get to do that much, but I like to play golf.
Yeah.
I like to go camping.
Nice. Okay.
It's kind of unique. My wife and I have a fifth wheel.
Okay.
My daughter and her husband bought a fifth wheel. Nice. His parents have always been camping with a motorhome, and my youngest son, bought a fifth wheel. So
nice. Okay.
We all get to go together and watch the grandkids grow up, and then our oldest, he'll come and rent a cabin, and we'll have all the kids together. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we get to see the family a lot.
Yeah,
that's our main focus.
I love it. Yeah, very, very cool. Well, let's go into you had touched on a subject earlier, and I'd like to dive into that because it really resonates with me, and we talked about it a little bit, but the family business.
Yes.
Right. And having your family in the business and structuring that, right?
Right.
How did you cast the vision for your family, or did they come in and sort of like you caught the vision for, being an insurance agent, right? How did you develop that? Because how many family members do you have?
We have, six.
Five or six, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have 5 or 6 family members working for you just by chance or happenstance.
Right.
So there had to have been something that was intentional about this.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Can you share a little bit of that?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It all developed differently.
Okay. Yeah.
My wife and I started out together, and we hired a part-time person, which was my niece.
Okay.
And then she went on to accounting after she graduated TCU.
Nice.
And so she worked with us for a long time. And then from there, we went to, I'm trying to remember. I guess one of our first family members would have been my cousin's wife. Mm-hmm. And she came to work with us because at the time, probably about 2 years into it, she had a child. And we raised all 3 of our children at the office.
Okay.
So we had a playroom, if you will. And she brought her son and raised him there. He's like 21 now. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, right. So she came on board, and then my son-in-law wanted to get in the business because he wanted to intern from college. His degree was in emergency management. And this just really spoke to him, so he loved it. Mm-hmm. And my brother had just retired, not really retired, but left the automotive industry for good, done. So he came to work with us, and he had a lot of connections. So a lot of our business is auto-related.
Okay.
Repair shops.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it developed. Everybody just kind of came on board as things changed.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah,
just had opportunity. They saw it. You pitched it to them and said, hey, you want to run with us? And nice. I like that. Yeah. Excellent. Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was impressed. A long time coming, getting to the point where we are now.
Of course. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, and my wife is amazing at, which I hope she don't watch this. She's amazing at managing money. Okay. So she keeps me reined in pretty tight.
Yeah.
And that's how we built the business, was with no debt and everybody come on board. And it's a long, hard process.
Right.
So people starting a business, don't just start leasing everything at one time to get started. There's other ways to do it. You know? It's hard, but there's ways to do it.
Yeah. No, I resonate with that a lot as well too.
So. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Well, very cool. All right. Well, let's go to the small business owner.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be insurance related. I know you have a lot of people in the small business or just business world, right?
Yeah.
So what are some early on tips or tricks or something advice that you would give the beginner entrepreneur?
Yeah.
What do you think would be the most beneficial 2 or 3 things?
The one thing I learned from several people was always get with somebody that's a mentor or find somebody that's been successful at what you want to do and pick their brain a little bit. Get to know what they know, find out what they did and how they did it. One of the things I did was a client that owned an automobile dealership, and the owner took me in, taught me a lot about how to run a business and how to treat employees, how you want to be treated, And then I also learned, obviously, from my dad, having a business. He taught me a lot. And then from there, I joined the state association in my industry, which helped. And the other thing that helped me there was to find out that other people in your industry are not your competitor.
Go ahead. Elaborate on that. Tell me a little bit more about that.
If you open up to most of the business owners in your profession, they're willing to open up to you. And you can learn together, because not everybody wants to do business with you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the right people will. So if it's not a fit for you, you may know somebody you can help them. This is a better fit for you. Talk to them.
No, that's good.
It builds your credibility. I wish probably 30 years ago I would have joined a B&I group.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get into that in just a second. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd have done that years ago.
Yeah.
But being involved in that, my state association and things like that, helped me learn and helped me scale the business.
Yeah.
So whatever industry you're in, try to get involved in those things.
Yeah. Let's talk about networking.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about B&I, because that's how we met.
Yes.
Is through our B&I group.
Absolutely.
Right. So how long have you been part of it?
Almost 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously it's benefited your business.
It helped me. Well, JP, who's been on your podcast.
Yep.
When I first joined, I didn't know if I'd like it or not.
Okay.
But he was telling me, and it's true, I found from him and Troy, another insurance agent, that it's a good way to scale your business.
Yeah.
And that's what it's taught me. And I've had the great connections of people that I can use as a resource, my clients can use. And it's been great networking for me.
Yeah.
Very
nice. So yeah, I actually have Brig. He's going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think next month.
Very good.
And so yeah, we're going to dive a little bit more into that. So I won't take too much of the topic.
He's a great guy to do that with. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. So, well, very cool. Well, we are getting closer to the end of the podcast. Tell me something about you, because usually on the later end of the podcast, right, it's either my wife watching or your wife.
Yeah,
right. Friends and family at the end.
Right.
And so tell us something that we don't know about Mr. Greg Graham.
Wow.
Maybe something funny, fun story or something like that.
Fun story. Well, I had mentioned to you earlier about a few years back starting my Tip Tuesdays.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought that would be very professional and be awesome to get out of the 1980s and 90s of the suit and tie insurance agent.
Okay.
To the, hey, this is Greg. This is what I do for a living.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And our whole focus is to bring value to your insurance. So that's our tagline.
Okay.
So we get into this Tip Tuesday idea that I come up with. I think it's just greatest ever.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I ought to have my grandkids and my dog and people like that in it.
Okay.
Because that would keep people to want to watch.
Yeah. Who doesn't like watching dogs?
What you don't realize is they have their own agenda too.
Oh, no.
So my first grandson, Easton, we did a lot with him. And one podcast, I'm talking away and we're just doing great on this YouTube. And I don't realize it, but he's standing the whole time just picking his nose. And he's just having a blast. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do with this? And all the ladies in the office and the guys are like, well, just post it.
Yeah.
It still has the most views. They're picking his nose. I'm like, what the heck? So we still put some Outcast in and things like that. So that was fun. You know, it kind of brought down from insurance to real life. This is what life's like. You know, it happens, right?
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was a lot of fun with him.
I liked it. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up. It gets me to think, all right, so I'm definitely one that tries to encourage people to think outside the box.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Of what they're doing.
For sure.
And I think people buy from who they like.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was just a way for you to, again, get outside the box. People see you as a real person, and then they feel more comfortable with you. They've, they enjoy you and things like that, and then they reach out. Yeah.
Well, it's hard when you're starting a business because you're hungry. You need the business.
Yeah.
But you hit on something that I tell my guys in our sales meeting all the time. I tell them, I said, don't sell anything. Let them buy from you.
Yeah.
Because people want to buy. Sure. I mean, they hate insurance, but they know they got to buy.
Yeah.
So if they like you, they'll buy.
Right.
If we can't meet their need today and we take care of them, they'll remember us later.
That's right.
So it's hard to realize, but if you pay it forward, it'll come back. It'll come back. But yeah, that's great. Business owners, if they can learn that and work with that every day, that business will grow.
Yeah, I think so too. Right. Do it early and do it often.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Early and often.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you again for being on the show.
No, thank you.
You know, time flies when you're having fun, but
right.
So for those interested in insurance, right? Maybe someone, their renewal's about to come up or they're about to start their business. They're going to need insurance, right? Yes. How can they reach out to you to get a quote or, you know, to talk to you or your team?
Yeah, they can call me direct at the office. Our main number is 817-293-0388.
Okay.
They can call us anytime. Our website is Graham, Graham -insurance.com.
Yep.
But yeah, please visit us, check it out. Reach out to us. There's forms you can fill out on our website. We have a lot of links you can go to on our website to look at different things. Because I know everybody loves insurance and can't wait to read it. But but seriously, if you have a question and want to ask me, just reach out.
Yeah.
I don't mind at all sharing you what I know.
Yep.
And if we can help, we'll be happy to.
Well, you've definitely benefited me and my business, right? I have you as my agent.
Thank you.
Didn't really say that in the beginning, but
that's fine.
Would highly recommend Mr. Graham here for your insurance. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to him. And I'll put all those links and stuff in the bottom of the description. That way, if they didn't have a pen or whatever, they can just click on the link.
Awesome.
So excellent. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, and thank y'all for hanging with us and watching this. Please, again, share, subscribe, like, all those things. It really does help.
Thank you.
See you next time on the Biz Life.